Hey, so the unseasonably warm weather seems to continue here, but we have in a couple days it's supposed to go down to -2 again in snow and ice, which is wonderful. But so you guys saw the video. I got the little power station here, and I was talking about how I didn't have the solar panels set up to test that side of it, and I've got it. So I wanted to open this up real quick, see what we got in here. The turtle shells. Every time the girls go on a walk, they like to find little treasures and things. So the good find this month has been all these old turtle shells. Of course, the animals bring stuff back too. Pepper here likes to bring us dead mice and things. There's what's left of a rabbit over there the dog brought back this morning. A lot of gifts of death around here, it seems. So my goal with this, because again we talked about getting lights and things down at the chicken barn. We'll get to the chickens here in a bit, so I got a surprise for them too. So this should be able to get us power down there. You know, you throw a box on the ground and the cats are the first things to jump in it. Cats and boxes are just kind of hilarious. So anyways, I want to get power down there, but I don't have that set up yet. So I got the solar panel set up, so that guy would plug in here on the side. Now this is only a 100-watt panel, and 100 watts is all this will bring in. So even if you got it hooked up to AC power on your house, 100 watts is all it's going to charge this. It will knock the power down. Which means it charges fairly slow. That doesn't seem to be a big deal. Again, it's the Oupes. Could have worn my orange sweater today. This opens up here. Oh, this is a big one. Oh, wow. We got 4 panels there. So, peak 100 watts, cell efficiency 20, 19.8 volts, DC output 18 volts, 100 watts. Of course, talks about you need to set it directly in the sunlight. So we got some pretty sun right now. It's still pretty early in the morning, so the sun's kind of low. I think our instructions are going to tell us anything special except to keep it in the sun. I guess it does have a prop somehow. Maybe? Oh yeah, here we go. So these little guys pop out. Alright, so I'm going to see if I can get this set up here. Well, it shows already at 100%, so it's not really going to give us it's not really going to show that it's charging anything. But I would assume it would show the little picture of the solar panel and then start showing us that it's getting a charge, because we've got pretty good sunlight right now. So this is going to be awesome. So this is a nice little travel pack that you can use. The only issue I see with this, and what I want to do with it, is this would remain outside, being that it's texture, you know, like a canvas and everything kind of pack. May not be very good in the weather. So I may have to figure something else out with how to get this set up for the application that we want to use it for. Oddly enough, on our camper, I should be able to hook this up straight to our camper too, so I can trickle charge the battery that way, which would be really cool. Or I can just trickle charge that and then, or charge that up and then use that in the camper as well when we go camping and things. Or if you're tent camping, that'd be great for a fan or a light and things. Remember, this of course has the light on the back. But down at the barn, what I want to do is just plug in some utility lights and use those down there. So that'll be pretty cool to get that set up. Also, because it's gonna get really cold here coming up, I've got a like a lizard heater. I want to see if I can put that under the animal's water bowl and see how long that will keep it charged, or how long that will power the lizard heater to keep their water melted, because you know, a big problem we've got is their water freezing all the time, and that may be a solution for that as well. So hopefully we'll get lights and a water heater. Hope I can get this set up to where this will charge everything, and that should be a standalone system at that point. which would be awesome. So the other thing I've got is anyone who's doing anything with chickens or buying meat lately knows that prices have gone through the roof. That's awesome. This thing has been really cool to play with. So anyways, the next thing I want to show you guys is this is Black Soldier Fly Larvae food for chickens. This comes from Grub Terra. You know, we had watched I think it was a Nature or Nova episode recently where they went over basically making or eating bugs for food, for protein for humans. And then the black fly larva was a huge section of that video. So if I can find that video, it was either, we watched PBS a lot, so it was either a Nova or a Nature episode, I'm not sure. But this was one of the things they talked about in that film. And we thought, man, we could try and do that ourselves out here because they grow and they produce so fast. The turnover on the black soldier fly larva is so quick. We thought it'd be cool to try that here. So we wanted to test it out and see how it works with our chickens. We're going to give them this more as a treat. It's not going to be something they get every day. Like, we're not going to dump it out in their bowl because it'd probably be gone in 30 seconds. So we're going to give this to them as a treat. But the extra protein and stuff this is going to give them hopefully will keep them more healthy for making eggs and things, because like I said, with the price of chicken, it's gone through the roof. I think Natalie said it was something like $7 a pound or something the other day. I think we spent $18 getting just a package of chicken. Now we do have some chickens that we've processed that are in the freezer, but I think they're buried in all the other meat that we've got right now. But we want to start raising our chickens. So we want to be able to give them some extra protein, some extra feed, see how well that goes, and then start raising some of our chickens. So we've got, we get probably a dozen eggs a day almost, 8 to 12 a day it seems. So we'll take those and start incubating them, and hopefully here in the spring we'll be able to get some more chickens, because just buying the chickens right now I think are about $5 a chick. And when we first started they were less than $2, so they've gone up a lot. Well, it's nice to see my ladies are working this morning. Got 3 of them in there making breakfast for us. So in here I'm thinking that if I can run a light and attach it to this wall here would be the best, because on the other side I can have the power station and everything. So what I need to do is just basically drill a hole through here, and then I'll run this clip light through. We had like 10 or 20 of these dang things when we were building. I can only find one of them right now. And I brought a little treble light down too. So that'll get us going anyways. And then I just got to figure out how to get the little water heater thing around the lizard heater I want to try out, and the solar panels. I'm not quite sure how I'm doing that yet. Well, probably the best way to rig the solar panels up is I'll take the power station, actually mount it up on the wall here, and then I'll get my cords and everything closer, and then I can maybe just come right out up through the roof here and mount my panels up there. I just don't know how well that's going to do in the summertime, because the barn's pretty much shaded, so it's probably not going to work very well. But probably only going to be using, I mean, each one of these light bulbs is like 6 watts or 3 watts or something like that, so it's really going to be using a lot of power. So that power station should be able to run for, I mean, I would guess weeks before we'd be out of power. So I guess if the solar isn't working at 100% efficiency, it should still work out okay. Yeah, so you can see right here, both those lights are on, and we're pulling 13 watts as we have 22 hours of power left. So I think that'll last a long time. But getting power down here is just going to be great. A lot of times we come down here in the evening to put the animals away, and it's just dark. There's no light. All right, now that we got the wiring taken care of, we got lights in here. We'll try and get our Black Soldier Fly Larvae. See if our chickens are going to like this stuff. So then there's the package. This is a one pound bag. So here's what they look like. Little dried up wormies. So protein, it says 36%, fat 35%, fibers 10%, calcium is 2 to 5%. So all the good stuff that we need to get these guys going. It says 1 pound of grub equals 20 pounds of food waste saved from landfills. So the way they make these, or the way they harvest the worms, is that they pretty much use waste. So they get waste from restaurants, things like that, and that's what they use to feed the worms as they're growing. So you basically just take all your household waste, restaurant waste, things like that, put it in a big bin, put the larvae in there. They're basically kind of like maggots. They'll just eat it up and grow ridiculously fast, and they harvest them when they're done eating everything. Okay, we got our Black Soldier Fly larvae here, mixed in with the rest of our chicken food. So this will be good for them. They'll probably be inside when this cold front comes through though. Okay, so our storm front is coming in. You can see it's all cloudy, and I'm going to try and get the rest of the water out of here, but this is the only water we've got left. So I'm going to drain out what I can, and I'm going to dump the barrels and clean them out the best I can. So all I've got here is just a 3-foot piece of heat tape. It's probably been sitting in storage for a while. It's a little dusty. But I think that'll work. Running it down underneath there, and should keep the bottom warm. I'll get this set up and plug in the power station. I can see how much power it's using. I'll probably run the power station back up to the house and charge it so it's at 100%. And then I will most likely plug it in. Oh, it'll get below freezing tonight, but I don't think the main temps will drop till tomorrow. So I'll probably go plug it in, actually turn it on tomorrow when the snow's coming down. And then we'll see how well this works. Oh, the Black Soldier Fly Larvae, we put that in the chickens' food, and they've been just going crazy over it. I mixed it in with their normal feed, and what I found they've been doing, let me get over there and show you. So you can see all the grain on the ground. They've been going through, and they've been picking out the grain and going for the Black Soldier Fly Larvae. So mixing it in with their normal grain was probably not the best idea, because all they're doing is just wasting it now, trying to get to the black fly larvae. So definitely live and learn, but that's how much they love it. They're seeking out and destroying that bag that we got. So originally we were going to give it to them just as treats, and then I figured I'd mix it in with their main food so that during this cold spell they'll be able to, because they'll be trapped inside the coop the whole time, but they'll be able to get some good protein and keep their body temperatures up. But all they're doing now is just causing a mess. So it didn't quite work out as planned. All right, so here's what I got rigged up here. So I thought the bottom of the pan here wasn't flat. I thought it had a groove right, but it doesn't. So I use these boards to get it raised up a little bit. This is the heat tape that'll sit inside there. Got my plug running off. That way that'll run over to the power station. So I'll put that on top. My only concern is that this temperature sensor is inside. Heats up, that'll shut off, and then it cools down, it'll kick back in again. So we'll see how well this does. Well, typical Kansas weather. Last couple days we were 60s and maybe even reached 70, and now we're snow and ice, and it's supposed to be well, they were forecasting -2 and then down to -4, and it's gotten a little better. I think it's like 5 tonight maybe. So we'll go down and check our power station, see how the chickens are doing, bring in some scraps, and hopefully we'll get this heater going so the water won't freeze. We did get a pretty good rain before the snow hit in that crappy weather, and I should have probably, I guess, a couple inches in that rain barrel we put down here. So as you can see, Here are good and frozen. We got quite a lot of water. That one's almost full. This was about halfway. It has the heat tape under it. 100% you. I'm gonna unplug the lights because we don't need those. If I can. Alright, let's see if that heat tape kicks on and how much it does. $21 watts. Well, that's cool. If that's all it does is 20 watts. So we can run that for 17 hours. Let this run for a few hours and I'll come down here and see if it worked. If we can keep that ice from freezing over. You'll probably get a skim coat on top. That's a lot of volume to try and keep from freezing. But maybe we can break through the ice. We'll keep the water underneath somewhat warm. So to test, I may need to get a bigger heater, but we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna check out the Black Soldier Fly Larvae. They have eaten it all down. Like yesterday, they came through here and they kicked all the food out onto the ground. To get to the larvae, so it is all pretty much gone. Did it on both sides here, so they love it. That's what they went for. I'll learn next time not to mix that in with their food, because all they do is kick all their food pellets out and go straight for the larvae. So now I've kind of got a mess in here, but getting to the point here, we're gonna have to break all this out anyways. So I'll get them some more food, and I'm sure they will be staying in the coop all day and all tomorrow, I'm sure. It's been going for several hours now. We've only gone down 10%. It still says 17 hours of charge time. And still right about that 20 watts. So it's doing what we wanted it to do. Well, it's keeping the ice thin, easy enough to break. So far, so good.